lady, that I love you.
What's your perception of life and all that matters? Look all around you and your friends and family start to scatter. When you look way down at the bottom, learning how to climb the ladder, you're looking in the mirror and staring at all that matters. Childhood traumas repeating all the history. So many questions to ask God, but it's feeling like a mystery. Through all the foggy weather, things are starting to get clear to me. Just learning how to accept things and how they appear to me. Motherhood and fatherhood, huh? Tired of the competition. Cause at the end of the day, it's about the kids winning. Church sittings, wedding bells, and new beginnings. Tired of this era of men versus women. Learning how to love others while learning how to love myself. Going through the darkest times all by myself. Through all the wrongs of my life, and I'm learning through these lessons. This is my story. This is my journey. These are my reflections. Kind.
How has my childhood trauma impacted me as an adult? I say a lot, because there was a lot of things I watched when I was younger, as far as domestic violence, abuse, and not thinking that it was normal, but knowing that it wasn't okay, but mirroring the same things that I've seen when I was younger, brought a lot of pain to me from relationships because I mirrored the same thing I seen when I was younger. So all that trauma and pain that I witnessed became what I went through. And it was difficult because when you're so used to seeing something, you mirror it because you want it to be different, you want it to be better, you want to do something different, but the outcome always be the same. You could try to change a person, but that person is never going to change because they just stay who they are. Ooh!
I gotta give her a hug. I felt that. Well, the pain started as a young boy. You know, when my parents divorced, I didn't want to talk. I had very little friends. You know, and as a young kid, I really never understood why. But as I grew up, I realized that that pain was only keeping me away from my future. You know, I felt stuck for years. And that right there changed my life.
It's trauma for a reason. It's not easy to let it go. It's not easy to just forget about the things that happened to you. I don't think that we should, move forward with them every day, carry that burden. You die slowly on the inside, but you do. You stop trusting people, you stop loving people the same, you stop that love that you learn to have. You don't have that anymore. It's different.
I think pride is the devil, man. I feel like something like that could hold you, prevent you from being the best version of yourself. Pride. I've done a lot of things because of pride. Because of pride, sometimes I almost lost my kids because of pride. Pride is deep, man, and because of that, you're gonna lose a lot.
Growing up with a single mother that worked 2 jobs, it was hard. It was challenging. It put a lot of guilt on me as a young child. It was hard to enjoy my childhood because my mom also needed help in the house, being a single mom. So now as a mother, I know exactly how that feels, and I could see her perspective on things. I never understood why she did what she did, but now being in her same shoes, the only living parent, the single mom, 3 boys. I don't work the 2 jobs, but I do work full time. I have a village that assists me with things, and I'm very grateful for them. But it has made me the strongest person ever as a mother. As a mother, as an individual, I never thought I'd be this strong mentally and physically. There are days where I think I can't do it, but the strength that God has given me, I have no words.
Well, not everybody's right, but I do like to win arguments when I'm very focused on my answer when it comes to, if I'm very passionate about something, I think that you can never not win if you're talking about yourself. So how do I deal with it? Just be humble and accept that everybody has their own opinions and you're not always gonna be right, but within yourself you are right because you have your own perspective. But you also have to respect others, so.
Loving your partner through their flaws is not always easy, especially when you have an idea or an ideal of how you want them to be, and then realizing that they're not that person. You have to have patience and really tenderness. Basically, like everyone has flaws, you know. So you just have to decide yourself who you want to spend your life with. Are you okay with spending your life with someone that has that specific flaw? Are you willing to grow with them? Are you willing to love them through it? Are you willing to help them through it? Because a lot of people have traumas. Like I had traumas, he had traumas. So like when you learn that you can't change that person, they have to want to do it themselves, but you still love them through it, it makes everything better.
Just because you love somebody, it doesn't mean that you have to tolerate the bad that comes with it. Or because you have that love for somebody or they have it for you, that they have to put up with you. At the same time, love is unconditional if it's genuine love. So it's sort of like a paradox in a sense. For me, my first heartbreak basically told me, like, I gotta keep my head on the swivel, but don't let it consume me enough where it changes me fully. Keep my head on the swivel, stay calm, be alert to what could go on, but at the same time, don't treat everybody like they're my heartbreak. Feel me?
And it was easy to drown in the alcohol and have sex because it made me numb. I remember leaving my old relationship after 10 years. I got a new apartment. I was with my kids. I was there for like 2 months. I had bought a bottle of wine. And I remember to this day, and I cried in therapy because my daughter was like, Mom, you know you ain't drinking a long time since you left such and such. And I had to reflect and put the bottle down. And I was like, damn, you don't even realize, like, when you in a situation so bad that hunger to like get deep far away from it, you just like keep doing it. I would get home, we ain't have liquor. I don't know how I find money, but I went to the liquor store, got a wine, got a liquor, and just drowned in it. And because I was so miserable and I felt like the only way to shut a person up was to use sex, so you could shut up and leave me alone, and that just made it worse.
Well, I'm very passionate about this music, and it's something that I love, and it helped me get through all the failures, all the pain. You know, just to sit down with myself to write everything down and reflect on my life. That's something that I'm very proud of.
I try to let go of that burden we talked about. I try to let go of that, and it's easier said than done, but I try. But I don't regret anybody. I believe that God places people in your life to teach you lessons, and the lessons that you take from them are yours. Some people won't ever understand it, and you won't ever understand it. I do believe that those lessons come with those people, so no, I don't regret them.
I think ego, it just comes from yourself. It comes from within who you are and what you express to others.
Back and forth. Now be selfish with your peace, man. Hold back. You know what I mean? Don't fall into it, because then you don't lose yourself. So you got to be selfish with what you give out.
You know, failing in a relationship, it put me in a position where I had to really look at myself. You know, I couldn't blame my partner. I had to really look at myself, and I had to change a lot in myself in order for me to have the opportunity to try again.
Marriage, you definitely have to learn how to put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and really just work on yourself as an individual, so then that you can work together as a collective. Especially when it comes to being married, it's no longer I, it's we. So that part is always difficult, especially when you are so used to being prideful, or sometimes you don't even know you have pride. So it's definitely good to work on yourself and put God always in the middle of it.
When something goes wrong for me, one of the main ways I handle it is I remember that I'm human. So what I mean by that is, I take my moment, yell, scream, cry, do whatever. But I also know, I'm a fan of Kobe, so for me, I also know that there's always a bigger mission at hand.
As far as legacy and what I'm leaving my kid, I just want to show her that love is possible. Love is real, and I know that because I have a God that loves me every day. I have a God that never stopped loving me. I chose to start loving people the way that God loves us.
Love to me is something strong and pure and intentional and unconditional. Love is something that you don't find everywhere, but I know that I love very hard, and love to me is just something great, amazing. It's, I don't know, God is love, my kids are love, you know. That's it, that's about it.